Hey guys, just wondering, a big event like this, a lot of guys like to dress up, dress down. What was, I guess, what did you guys try to, how did you prepare for what you're wearing right now?
I think tonight was a little bit more casual, just with the draft, and I don't know. I went comfy. Mo looks like a GQ model, but yeah, I think Thursday or Friday, Saturday, like skills and the game and stuff, probably adjusted up a little bit nicer.
Andrew, right here.
Yeah. Obviously, Nylander, the early pick. It's his first All-Star game experience. It's been quite a year with the Global Series and playing so great. Well, what do you think it kind of experience for him it has been to see this 12-month span for him?
I think in terms of the pick, the draft order, it was more about making Mitch wait than it was trying to take Willie first. But he's obviously had an outstanding year so far. A special trip over to Sweden, and then obviously a contract extension. He's had a lot happening, and he deserves it. He's worked extremely hard. He's a big part of our team, and the way that he plays and what he brings to our group, he's a extremely special player.
Rosie.
Just a quick question for Morgan. Tessa is the honorary coach for the game tonight. I was just wondering, that, not in her wheelhouse, did you give her any advice or whatever to how to handle a different sport?
I gave her a little bit of advice on the pregame speech. That was about it. I think she's got the rest covered. Just kind of dumb things down a little bit. For hockey players, that is, obviously.
Lindsay.
Hey guys, I spoke to Marner and Nylander just about the draft process and if they were kind of peppering you guys with, trying to get drafted early. They said they may have offered some money. How hard were they hitting you up to try to draft them?
Willie, maybe not so much. We were getting threatened by Mitch that if we didn't take him, he would do something bad. So there was a lot of discussion on what we should do with that second pick. But we love Mitchie, so we didn't want to make him sweat too much and wait it out. So we had to get him on our team.
Hey, Auston and Morgan, I'm here from Billboard Canada. So I'm wondering if you could tell me who is a Canadian artist or a Canadian song on your playlist right now? Either one of you.
Biebs.
Yeah, Biebs, The Weeknd,
The Arkells, The Beaches.
Yeah,
Lots.
plenty to choose from.
Black hat right there. Sorry. Here you are, sir.
Sorry about that. Hey, Austin. We've noticed some of the guys coming in for the red carpet. We're starting to see the style you guys are putting on, and we're seeing more of that throughout the year and over these last few years. And you seem to be at the forefront with your style. I was just curious where you feel your style game ranks compared to everyone else in the league. Do you feel generally Leafs guys are better with their style, better than everyone else in the league?
I don't know. Honestly, in general, I think I just wear what makes me happy, and I think we have a relatively stylish team, and guys like to push the boundaries and maybe wear different stuff. But in the end, I just wear what makes me happy and go from there.
Austin, hi. You might not have drafted him, but you get Vincent Trocheck on your team. You played with him in 2016. Just what do you remember about him as a teammate, and I guess what has he been like to play against in the league in general?
Yeah, he's a guy that you really love to have on your team, and I was actually telling Mo when they were getting the cards out and everything, and I looked up at our team, and there was only, I think, one natural center, which was myself, and I was telling him I hope there's not too many whistles because there's not too many guys that can take face-offs out here, and he's a guy that's really good in that category, and playing against him is always a challenge because of that reason, and he's extremely smart out there as well, and just a strong player, and always gives you a tough matchup.
Nick?
Both Mitch and Willie were talking about how competitive Justin Bieber is. Curious for you both, what stands out most about him?
What stands out most about him? I don't know. I think how much he loves hockey. If you ask me, I'm not as close with him as Austin is, so maybe he can answer the question better. But for me, for him, being around the guys after a game and in the room and stuff, you can really tell that he feels passionately about the Toronto Maple Leafs and about hockey. And as a pretty normal guy in myself, I think that's pretty cool. And that definitely took me by surprise the first time that I met him.
Yeah, he's very competitive, so I don't think this is something like he takes lightly. Like he wants to win at whatever it is he's doing, and like Mo said, I think it's just cool for him to be a part of this. This event this weekend in general, and it's just a lot of fun.
Hey, I'm with BlogTO. I asked Morgan this last week, but I was wondering what your answer would be. What's your go-to restaurant in Toronto if you're going anywhere?
My go-to restaurant would probably have to be Soto Soto.
Thank you.
Right back there.
Hey, Austin, I just wanted to ask you about your fourth round selection. As an Arizona native, you picked Clayton Keller. I know you guys have trained together a little bit, so just wanted your thoughts on what he brings to your team and what type of player you see him as.
Yeah, I mean, Kels is he's an unbelievable player, and like you said, and I spend a lot of time with him in the summers, and we like to hang out and we'll skate, train together. So, in the summer skates, we always try to play together and have pretty good chemistry. So, I really wanted him to be on the team, and he's really slippery. He's extremely skilled. He shoots it really well, but he's also an elite playmaker, and he's having a great season. So, it's fun to do stuff like this. Fun to be with friends, in these kinds of settings, and I'm looking forward to playing with him.
We're going to do 2 more questions here and there.
Hi, I'm from Ladies Talking Leafs podcast, and just a question for both of you. With the All-Star game being in Toronto, and the first All-Star game ever was played in Toronto as well, with the history of the game, which player each of you would you want to play with, like from all of, let's say, all of Leafs history? Like, would it be Steve Yzerman, or like which player would you like to go back and play with?
That's a good question. There's so many to choose from. It's tough. I'm gonna go with Dave Keon though. I think that'd be pretty special. He's the greatest Leaf of all time, and obviously his resume and what he's done for the city, the team, the organization speaks for itself. And I think speaking for Morgan and myself, like, we feel really lucky to have kind of follow in those guys' footsteps that have paved the way for us, and it's really special to have them around a lot too, as the alumni, and get to see guys like Wendell Clark and Daryl Sittler around quite often, and just to get to experience that. So I think that's one of the really cool things about playing in Toronto is obviously the history, and there's definitely no shortage of players when you look back on the history of the team that would be pretty exceptional to play with, and get to share that experience.
Yeah, and I'm obviously biased towards defensemen, so mine would be Boreas Almer.
This one's for Austin. Any trash talk? There's quite a big cash prize up for grabs tomorrow. You been trash talking with Willie or any of the boys?
I haven't heard anything yet, but I'm sure come tomorrow it'll start ramping up probably and heating up. But yeah, it's big cash prize. It's going to be I don't know. It might be a little nerve-wracking, but definitely don't want to go out there and embarrass yourself. But it should be fun. I think it's going to be competitive too, which I think is best case scenario for the fans and for the players as well. They obviously want to go out there and do well.